Hi, my name's Angela Ambrosia, and I'm a love and relationship coach. And I'm looking at a topic that's very close to my heart, which is a new way of relating in sexual love. So for thousands of years, men and women have been following a kind of stereotype of how we're going to engage with each other in sexual relationships. So some of that has been through the archetypal institution of marriage. And for what me and for a lot of people that are exploring not being married these days, relationships have gone to a different level. And that means that when you come together in relationship, the partnership itself is based on connecting to the person with a level of ethics that hasn't actually been our civilizational culture yet, because our civilization has been based on marriage institutions or monogamous institutions for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. So the new relationships today are all about establishing what are the ethics of sexual love. What are we going to do when we're actually in a partnership, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're actually in a temporary relationship or a long-term relationship? What are the conversations that you have with each other? And these are not long drawn-out conversations, but these are the conversations that you have when you begin courtship or when you begin to get to know somebody, and when you begin to also want to step into something that's more of a committed relationship. And also, when do you have that discussion about monogamy or not monogamy? So not monogamy does not mean that you have many partners. It can actually mean that you're together in a concept of what monogamy can look like. And these ethics, the new sexual love ethics, are something that need to be given a place that we can actually begin to discuss. So you may actually find that everywhere people are discussing this in public arenas with your friends. You may be having conversations where people are saying, why did he do that? Or why is she talking to me this way? Or why are they behaving that way? Why can't I find a relationship? The reason why you can't find relationships, or you don't seem to be getting a click that you're looking for in your relationships and in your sexual love relationships, is because we as a general society, as a group, haven't had these discussions about what the new relationship ethics are. And we're still relying on that old institution of marriage as a model, but we have a bad taste about it in our mouth, because parents or friends or family members who experience the breakdown of marriage or the abuse of marriage. And so it's time to actually create a new ethics. So my recommendation is to just sit and explore, firstly, what it is that ideally you would love to experience with a person, beyond the concept, beyond the discussion, beyond the what if he did this or what if she wants that, ideas about what might happen if you start dating someone. Before you even go there, the first step is to come here and just feel and think and sit with yourself like you did when you were a child. Fantasize about what is that love that you wish to share. And the next step, because when we were children we didn't engage in sexual relationships, well, ideally we didn't, the next step is to, if I was to take that ideal into a sexual love, what would that entail? So if I want to have this feeling with someone in a love relationship, when I engage in a sexual love with them, what would that entail? And for some of you, you might have a sense of the images. For some of you, you might have a sense of the contract. For some of you, you might have a sense of the actual living environment. It's all going to be different for you, but you've got to get yourself to imagine and play, because this is the time. This is the time where we're moving away from the old sexual paradigm, which told us it should be this way. And of course, we also have an emotional attachment to wanting sexual commitment from someone and sexual union. So you really need to come here and go in deeply as to what that looks like when you're coming into sexual love. And if you do want to be touched in a certain way, what does that look like? If you want to be spoken to in a certain way, what are the words? If you want to be nurtured, what acts would you like to have displayed for you, and what would you like to display for the other person? Because nurturing itself is a to and fro relationship. You can't just get nurtured by just bringing it into yourself. Nurturing by its nature is about a give and take experience. So the nurturer will always feel like receiving that nurturing as well. So it's very exciting at this time to explore what those ethics are. And if you look at the word ethics, it's principles that look at integrity of self. So we're at the time where the more you go inside here and feel from the heart space what it is that you wish to create in love for yourself and for another, the more you'll be able to help society in general ground that in their relationships. Because as it is, we don't have a dominant social force enforcing us to do marriage or relationships the way our parents did. And even in those traditional countries where they still have very fixed cultural institutions, they're just beginning to shift. So for those of you who are in a quandary about what that looks like, your job is to take advantage that you were born into a culture where you had choice. And the responsibility of choice is to go inside and explore what's there for you. So I invite you to do a visualization and ask, what is the feeling that I wish to create? And then in my sexual love, what does that entail? Thanks. I'm Angela Ambrosia, love and relationship coach. And you can check out I Love Mondays for energy connection exercises that look at how you can build love into the body. And our body is also desiring new connections to love, new experiences in love. So it's important for you to connect and feel what that feels like for you. It's all different ball game in love relationships these days. And that's why you may be struggling finding the one or a person that you feel that you can actually let go with fully, because we're still working out the nuts and bolts of what these new relationships are going to flow like when we can truly be ourselves, not some sort of cookie cutter version of what society wants, but truly be ourselves. So go out there and be yourself by going inside. Much love, Angela Ambrosia.